still working on our fox. We're working on the face, and we've got our muzzle, chin, and nose pretty well shaped, and now we just need to move on with the rest of the head. And I think in this video we'll get a little bit more of the head shaped and the ears done. Okay, so we need to make a piece that goes from the tip of the nose and it's going to come back, and we want to make it a triangle basically, and as it comes back it can form the kind of little eyebrows or brow ridge over the eyes, and it's going to come back and sort of meet where the ears will be. So to make that, we use the top coat of chestnut, and this is one piece that we do want to be thin. We don't want it to have a lot of thickness because this is more about color than it is about putting a lot more shape on there. So I've laid out a pretty thin piece that's about 2 by 2, I'd say. Just gonna take a little bit more. And I want to felt, like I said, a wide triangle so I've got it horizontally on my surface. I'm putting the point of the triangle away from me, and I'm just drawing a triangle. And I'm thinking about, this is the tip of my fox's nose, my fox's eyes are back here, and so that's at least how wide I want to make it, even, wider than that. I'm going to fold the edges in. When you fold the edges in, don't roll them so that you have like this real thick edge. Fold it so that all of the fringe goes into the middle of the triangle. I'm going to fold this side. It's very lightly felted. I'm not trying to kill it. Most pieces that you felt on the surface and then add to your animal, you want to keep pretty loosely felted because you want to be able to manipulate them a little bit as you put them on. If I made this super rigid, I wouldn't have any flexibility with how I was putting it on. So I'm going to take this tip and tack it just on top of the black of the nose here, and bring it back the bridge of the nose. Now I've got to turn them around so I can see what I'm doing. And like I said, if I play my cards right, this folded side of the triangle can become a little brow ridge where his eyes will go underneath. So I just want to tack it down, kind of felting into that weird poof that we made. For now, I'm going to leave this kind of unfinished because his ears are going to go back here, and then I can decide where I want all this extra to go. Getting this stuck better. Okay. Okay. That piece is finished. Let's make the ears. The ears are triangles. Make them out of the core wool because they pretty much get covered, so there's no point in using your good top wool. You might as well save that for another fox. So we're going to take 2 pieces that are 1 inch square. I put them horizontally on my foam, kind of make sure they're the same size. And then this is a triangle shape. So I'm going to draw the triangle, the size that you want the ears to be. They're going to look a little big, but a lot of the base of the triangle gets used to attach. So even though my triangle looks rather large, pretty much all of this, it's only going to be about that big because all of this gets used to attach it to the fox's head. I'll show you one more time. Drawing the triangle and then just folding the sides in. And this can be fairly flat, but consistent. You don't want little weird, weak, skinny spots. Okay, we want to put some black on the backs of the ears, which you actually could do right in that first step if you wanted to. By layering the black onto the brown before you fold the triangle, but this isn't that much harder. Just wrapping whatever black is left just around that edge. Okay, and then we want to give it a little white, they kind of have a little white fluff right here. So you take your white, you don't fall over, and I just take a small amount. I look at my ears and decide that their white fluff is kind of longer on the inside edge of their ear. So I decide which edges are going to be the inside edges and then felt that down. And if you want to, you can put a little bit of white. I just kind of roll it in my fingers to make a skinny line, and you can put it on the outside edge of the ear too. And when you stab, especially very contrasting colors, so we've got this white that we're stabbing through the black, and that shows, it shows on the other side. So you can kind of even stab it back again, and if you go at an angle, it sort of hides it a little bit, but you can't completely avoid it. At least I haven't figured out how to completely avoid it. So to attach the ear, we have this rim where we had put that original core piece of kind of poof on the fox's face. You want to go back to that, and I usually tack the inside of the ear first and then position where I want the outside to be. I kind of fold them a little bit because that's just more realistic looking. They're not perfectly flat against a fox's head. Okay. And then all this stuff just gets put down, but you can see, hopefully, where the ear goes. It's kind of like if you took a line and went from the tip of the fox's nose, it would go through their eye and then to the tip of their ear. So I'm going to get these ears secured on and then show you again. Alright, so I spent a couple of minutes just attaching the ears. You can see from behind that they're just stuck on there. We've got to put some pretty chestnut over the neck here. And then, yeah, I just wanted to say, like, this is an exercise in sculpting, and I'm getting a lot of great feedback about the videos, that they've been really helpful, and I'm getting good pictures, but you're still going to need to practice, and I just don't want you to get frustrated because the fox's faces are, they're tiny and detailed, but I think with a little bit of practice, you should have really good results. So I'm hoping we can finish in the next video. We have a couple more things to do.